Welcome to the installation video for your KeyCafe MS5 Smart Box. To start, take the Smart Box and all accessories out of the box. Click on the appropriate adapter for your region and plug in the Smart Box. If the Smart Box screen does not turn on by itself after a few minutes, press the reset button quickly 3 times.
Before mounting your Smart Box, follow the steps on the screen to connect to a Wi-Fi network. Start by tapping the screen and selecting your preferred language. Tap Next, then select your network. If you do not see your network listed, type in the network name manually. Next, enter the password and tap Connect and Save. Tap Continue and wait for the Smart Box to connect. Once connected, the screen will display a QR code linking to instructions for adding the Smart Box to a location. The Proceed button cannot be tapped until the step is complete.
Next, you need to set up a location and attach your Smart Box in the KeyCafe software. In your KeyCafe account, click Add, then Private Location. Enter a name for your location and, if you'd like, an address. This will be for internal purposes only. Click Submit when done. Next, click on the newly created location and select Add Smart Box. Enter the serial number shown on the Smart Box screen. Click Link to finish.
You can now tap the Proceed button, which will take you to a screen with a QR code linking to instructions for mounting the Smart Box.
Now that the Smart Box is connected to Wi-Fi and your account, you can test the bins and the electronic mounting lock. To ensure the bins are functioning properly, select Smart Boxes in your KeyCafe account. Click the Smart Box you just linked, then troubleshoot. Select Open All Bins, then One Touch Open All. The Smart Box screen will display a button. Tap the button, and the bins will open one by one. If all bins open, you can close them and proceed with testing the lock. Back in your KeyCafe account, navigate to the troubleshooting menu of your Smart Box again. Tap Dismount Smart Box, then One Touch Unlock. Tap the button on the Smart Box screen and you will see and hear the lock retracting at the back of the Smart Box. Once you've confirmed the lock is functioning and all bins are opening, you can move on to mounting the Smart Box. To begin with mounting, use a stud finder to locate and mark a stud. The backplate must be drilled into at least one stud to be secure. Note that the Smart Box needs to be plugged in to function normally, so make sure there is a power outlet nearby. Hold the backplate against the wall, aligning either the left or right column of holes along the stud. Use a level to ensure the backplate is straight. Next, mark the top hanging hole of the column aligned with the stud and put the backplate aside. Drill one of the stud screws into the spot you marked, leaving enough of the screw head exposed to hang the backplate on. While hanging from the screw, level the backplate and mark the parallel hanging hole on the other side. Use a 3/8 inch drill bit to create a hole through the drywall. Next, thread one of the bolts into a drywall toggle anchor, just enough so the anchor will not fall off. Drive the toggle bolt through the hole with a hammer, leaving the bolt head exposed for the backplate to hang on. Screw in the bolt. You may need to slightly pull the backplate towards yourself to create tension between the toggle bolt and the drywall. Once the backplate is hanging on both sides and level, mark the rest of the holes you will be using. We recommend using both outside columns and the top and bottom holes in the middle column. Remove the backplate and use the drill bit to create holes for the drywall anchors. Thread the toggle bolts through the backplate for the relevant holes. Next, line up the toggle bolts with the holes in the drywall and drive each one through. Drill each toggle bolt in. Once all bolts are secure, drill the remaining 4 stud screws in. Once the backplate is secure, unplug your Smart Box and note where the mounting slots on the back are. Align the slots with the hooks on the backplate, then lock the Smart Box into place by sliding it down onto the hooks. Plug the USB-C power cable back into the Smart Box.
Your installation is now complete. Tap Done, then Launch, and you can begin using your KeyCafe key management system.